And g'day all you mad gamers out there for the Tuesday's edition of the Gaming News Reactions Opinions, the show where we've gone around the internet and grabbed all the little bits of news that there are out there and giving it to you here with the intent of you guys having a good chat to us about it. So guys, we're going to be talking about the big weekend that just went past, and you know what that was. It was the Video Game Awards as well as the PSX experience. Lots of awesome news coming out there, so I'll give a few thoughts on that. We've also got a little bit of tidbits that I'd like to talk about over that period of time, and we've got a couple of extra things. I'll try and keep it as condensed as possible, and without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Mad Mikeey Gaming. So guys, welcome, and as I said, I'm Mad Mikeey and I come from the bloody land down under. And guys, if you go on to like today's video show, give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe with your friends, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss any videos. So let's get into it because there's going to be a lot of stuff. So we'll just get the quick news out of the way. Quick news! First off, where do we start, really? Soul Calibur 6 got a release announcement over at the Video Games Award. It's going to be coming out in 2018. So there was a video shown off. It looks really awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. And if you remember the video from about 3 weeks ago, I did announce that this was going to get announced at PlayStation Experience. So it came out a day early. So I'm very sorry about that, but it's looking really cool. The Last of Us Part 2 was announced that they're about 50 to 60% done. It's looking awesome. They didn't show anything. They didn't give any release dates. They said that they might be able to show some bits of that over at E3 this year. So let's get excited on the hype train for E3 and The Last of Us, because I'm really looking forward to what they're actually going to be doing with this game. They showed little bits of artwork and whatnot, but no gameplay. They did a panel at PSX, so that was really cool too. And not to mention that Street Fighter, the 30th anniversary has been announced, and it comes with a plethora of Street Fighter games, all ending in 2. So you're going to get Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter Third Strike. Not really excited about that. I've never been much of a Street Fighter fan, but all these games of being the same, I know they're not really the same, but you know where I'm getting at. I wish they could have at least given Street Fighter 1 to 6, or is it? No, they're up to 5, and then at least it brought it out on other consoles, not just the PlayStation, but it is coming out to all consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. Now, just for the sort of conversational part of the show, so as we said, the Game Awards were over the weekend, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was actually really rapt to see The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild take out Game of the Year. I personally think that there was a few games missing from that Game of the Year list, like Resident Evil 7 and Hellblade. I really think that Hellblade didn't get as much recognition, although it did take out a couple of the awards. But the funniest thing of the night was when they actually played the trailer and the announcement of a release date. It's coming out March 23rd in 2018. A Way Out writer and director just kind of went off the deep end on this show. They first did a trailer showing that the game was actually going to be, you get a free friend pass because it is a co-op experienced game. Now that's what did sort of put me off from this game at the start. I like the actual look of the game. I like the idea of the game, but with it being co-op where you actually have to play with a friend, you really have to invest your time and really set time for you and said friend to actually play this game through. Can't remember if there was any idea or anything of a single player with an AI or anything. But this guy just went on a full-on rant. Now, this game is actually being made by EA. And he more or less said that he didn't agree with the recent decisions that they've been making. This is a story-based story. Yeah, story-based story. You heard it right here. And that this is what people want, blah, blah, blah. And Jeff Keighley's just sort of sitting there like, oh, we need you to get off. But it sort of reminded me of that awkward moment when Jeff Keighley actually was saying that, well, you know what? Konami didn't want or would let Hideo Kojima show up to this year's awards, so he won't be able to rock up and get his own awards and everything like that. So I guess karma's a bitch, but it was actually quite funny. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out, because I was sitting there with my friend and we were just laughing our ass off at what this guy was dropping off on them. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But the biggest news that I had was that Bayonetta 2 and 1 is being re-released on the Nintendo Switch. You're going to be able to pick up a collector's edition in Europe. No word of Australia or America or anything like that. But it's coming to the Switch. It's going to be awesome. It's what I really want. I think this is where Bayonetta will hopefully be able to really hit on that grand scale and get a lot more followers than what it was. Because Bayonetta 1 was a good game in its own, but it was sort of like borderlining just a hard game and Dark Souls. Like, you could play it on easy and really thoroughly enjoy it, but if you wanted a bit of a challenge and just bump it up to normal, it got pretty hard in those later stages. But then they announced that Bayonetta 3 was coming, and I just lost my shit with that. I'm really excited. Again, there was no release date or anything like that coming out, so what can you do? But it's in the works. It's coming out. I'm excited. Are you excited? Put your comments down below. And over at PlayStation Experience now, don't get me wrong, guys, I really, really enjoy what PlayStation does for its fans at this time of year with this experience. It's been going for a few years now and with great success. Now, they have been showing off quite a few games on there, but with no release dates. I don't even think that Shadow of the Colossus has got a release date yet. They were all 2018, this section, that section. So they're whilst I do love the hype that they're giving for their players and their customers, I just wish that they would be a bit more transparent in terms of telling us what's going on, when we're expecting this, instead of just, you know, it's coming out in fall, it's coming out in winter, it's coming out in summer, whenever it's coming out, and not really showing much. And if you've seen like my E3 videos where I've talked about Sony press conferences versus, say, Xbox and the Nintendo Treehouse and things like that, they actually give you games that are coming out soon. Now, I understand that 2018 is coming soon, but some dates would be nice, or even just a month, you know. But that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know if the hype train is cool enough for you guys. But in newest news today, we have that Battlefield Bad Company 3 is looking like it's going to be the next Battlefield game. In a leak, overnight there was a massive leak for it, and it appeared online that the next Battlefield game, which is said to be releasing in 2018, will apparently be called Battlefield Bad Company 3, with various locations in the campaign being set in a mild to post-Vietnam conflict. It is also said that it will not include the Cold War and won't be historically accurate. It's going to have your online modes like Conquest, Rush, Operations, things like that. I actually really enjoyed the Battlefield Bad Company series. It's got a little bit of humor in there, as well as a bit of the over-the-topness, so it's not really much like a battle simulator like what Battlefield games are. But there's actually a video. If you're interested, hit me up. I'll hit you with the link and you can go check that out too. And just in the last bit of today, sorry it's been dragging on. It's been a while. It's been like since last Tuesday. I'd probably say that I spoke to you guys, so I do apologize. But Atari has sent an email out to its customers saying that there is going to be a pre-order release for the Atari box coming out tomorrow. Still no details on what this actual console is meant to be or do. They've been giving little suspenseful tidbits here and there, but I'm sort of losing interest until I know what this thing is. And for them to be saying that, you know what, You can exclusively pre-order tomorrow. We're going to give you all this. We're going to give you that as an extra, as a pre-order bonus and everything. But I still don't know what your console is or what it's going to play. Is it going to play Battlefield? Is it going to play Bayonetta? Probably not, because that's an exclusive game. But you get my drift. But I don't know. As I said, I'm losing a bit of hype for this Ataribox because I really don't know what it is. But again, comments down below if you are excited about this or if you're going to be pre-ordering it. But guys, that's it for today. As you know, like this time of year, the news and everything sort of slows down. We just obviously had this big weekend of gaming celebrations. So that was something that I was very excited about, and I had a thoroughly good weekend. How was your weekend? Until then, enjoy the games that you're playing, and I will speak to you when we've got some news to talk about. Hopefully there'll be little small ones. Okay, I'm stopped. Okay, bye guys.